Simon & Schuster Audio presents House of Bush, House of Saud, the secret relationship between the world's two most powerful dynasties, by Craig Unger. Read by James Naughton.
The Great Escape. It was the second Wednesday in September 2001, and for Brian Cortez, a desperately ill 21-year-old man in Seattle, Washington, the day he had long waited for. 2 years earlier, Cortez had been diagnosed with congestive heart failure, and since then his prognosis had become even worse. He suffered from dilated cardiomyopathy, a severe swelling of the heart for which the only permanent solution is a transplant. Cortez had been on the official heart transplant waiting list for months. Now, thanks to an accident in Anchorage, Alaska, an organ was finally available. The transplant team from the University of Washington Medical Center chartered a plane to Alaska to retrieve it as quickly as possible. The human heart can last about 8 hours outside the body before it loses its value as a transplanted organ. That was the length of time the medical team had to remove it from the victim's body, take it to the Anchorage airport, fly approximately 1,500 miles from Anchorage to Seattle, get it to the University of Washington Medical Center, and complete the surgery. Sometime around midnight, the medical team boarded a chartered jet and flew back with its precious cargo. They passed over the Gulf of Alaska and the Queen Charlotte Islands, and finally Vancouver, Canada. Before they crossed the 49th parallel and re-entered U.S. airspace, however, something unexpected happened. Suddenly, 2 Royal Canadian Air Force fighters were at the chartered plane's side. The Canadian military planes then handed it off to 2 U.S. Air Force FA-18 fighter jets, which forced it to land. Less than 24 hours earlier, terrorists had hijacked 4 airliners in the worst atrocity in American history, crashing 2 of them into New York's World Trade Center and 1 into the Pentagon. Nearly 3,000 people were dead. America was grounded. Brian Cortez's new heart was 80 miles short of its destination, and time was running out. Cortez's medical team was not alone in confronting a crisis caused by the shutdown of America's airspace. The terrorist attacks had grounded all commercial and private aviation throughout the entire United States for the first time in history. Former Vice President Al Gore was stranded in Austria because his flight to the United States was canceled.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?